So, here you go.
Already, the meeting in the White House over 2 years ago, everyone in the National Security Team recommended arming ISIS. And
there you go. The whole National Security Team recommended arming ISIS. Need I say more?
On top of that, I am concerned about this report about Syrian rebels and the ceasefire with ISIS. Senator
but that's
Paul,
not true.
Well,
it's not true.
It's not true.
Whether I don't care about the report. I know these people intimately. We talk to them all the time. I know these people intimately. We talk to them all the time.
It's a disaster, and here's the thing. We've been funding people who are allied with ISIS. ISIS is stronger because we've been funding Islamic rebels in Syria. It's a big mistake. It's a big mistake.
I mean, let's remember here, the people we are fighting today, we funded 20 years ago. We funded.
To all Muslims in Britain and around the world, I wish you a blessed Eid al-Adha. I know this festival means a great deal to communities, a time when families and friends are brought together to pray and feast, and Muslims across different continents are brought together in faith.
It's so fucking bullshit, man!
Steve, tell us about when people are being flogged. I mean, this was very striking video that you got of the caning taking place. What's going on around that scene?
It is a public spectacle, and they welcome the public. They want to have the public see what the penalties are. And actually, the people that are getting flogged had an option of different penalties. They could either serve jail time, pay fines in gold, or submit to flogging. So in these particular cases, people are choosing the whip, because I guess it's cheaper and you get it over with relatively quickly, if not painlessly.
The terrorists who murdered David Heinous like to call themselves the Islamic State. But I will tell you the truth. They are not Islamic, and they are not a state. Their actions have absolutely no basis in anything written in the Quran. What they believe has no resemblance whatsoever to the beliefs of more than 1 billion Muslims all over the world. This hateful ideology has nothing to do with Islam itself. And it is rejected by the overwhelming majority of Muslims in Britain and around the world. The Quran says, "O mankind, we created you from a single pair of a male and a female, and made you into nations and tribes that you may know each other." It says, "Let there be no compulsion in religion." So let this message go out from this hall, that the extremists will never succeed in dividing us. Let the message go out that we know Islam is a religion of peace and it has nothing to do with the ideology of our enemies. Let us stand... And let us stand side by side with the British Muslims who are coming together and saying, not in my name.
Ini yang bikin lihat parah anjir. Sumpah, this is the best. This is the best content all the time, man.
Dari Jakarta ya?
Iya.
Di sini di Aceh ini kan berlaku syariat Islam.
Oh iya.
Jadi tugas kami itu menegakkan syariat. Kalau abang ini emang dari Aceh kan?
Iya.
Jadi kalau berdua-dua seperti ini, itu tolong dijaga. Namanya
Sharia law was introduced in 2001, but since the tsunami, it's been far more rigorously enforced.
Jadi berkumpul-kumpul laki-laki sama perempuan, tolong dihormati adat istiadat Islam, syariat Islam, hukum Islam.
These young women are deemed to be wearing trousers that are too tight and too revealing.
Apabila kami lihat seorang anak muda.
If we find youngsters, boys and girls, sitting close to each other breaking Sharia law, even though we've been educating and informing people about how to behave for the past few years, we'll arrest them. That's to teach them a lesson.
Tolong hormati syariat.
Sebenarnya
Tulisan, adanya mbak jambu-jambunya. Emang hana-hana jambu. Masing-masing jambunya mesti berdumbu jambu, nah tulisannya berdua. Hormatilah syariat.
Sebenarnya kan dari tamong pun, bak pintu gerbang kan nggak pamplek apa.
Oh, dia je wate kena untuk kalau je bang. Kedua-dua. Itu wate kamu tegurun ja. Ujung-ujung nanti kan nak nongkrong sih baca.
Mana? Lun yang
salah saboji.
Memang kalau hukuman sudah diatur. Apabila ada.
With regard to punishment, it has been laid down in religious law. If somebody breaks religious law, they'll be caned. The maximum punishment is to be caned 7 times.
Now there's even a proposal to punish adultery by stoning.
Jaga jaraknya. Terus nanti udah menjelang-jelang udah 5:30 diantar adiknya. Jadi ya, belum nikah kan? Yang lama-lama bawa anak orang tidak. Mau malam pulang terus ya. Tangannya dijaga, badannya dijaga, ya. Terima kasih.
Memang setelah tsunami, memang kita semakin perketat.
After the tsunami, implementation of Islamic Sharia became much stricter. Although the tsunami was a test from God, Allah, it was a punishment for those who had broken Islamic law as it has been laid down in the Quran and the Hadith.
On this island at the eastern end of the Indonesian archipelago, on the western half of the island of New Guinea, a company has been at work for 4 decades, developing, exploring, mining one of the world's great ore bodies. Along the southern portion of the Indonesian province of Papua, we operate one of the largest mining operations on the globe. This is a bird's eye view of what we call our project area, as we move from sea level at the port of Amamapare, through the lowlands portion of the project area, the local city of Timika, Freeport's lowlands community Kuala Kencana, a logistics transfer point at milepost 50, and into the highlands. The primary PTFI town site Tembagapura, Ridge Camp, where thousands of workers are housed, the mill, the Heavy Equipment Access Trail, or HEAT, The original Ertsberg open pit mine and some 80 miles from the coast, the Grasberg open pit, 14,000 feet above sea level. At the top of the project area lies Contract of Work Area A, the heart of which is the Grasberg Minerals District. It is well known as one of the world's greatest ore zones, containing one of the world's largest single reserves of both copper and gold. Mining at Grasberg began in 1990, and production has steadily increased. Here's a look at how Grasberg will be mined through the end of the open pit life in 2016. Directly below the Grasberg pit is the Grasberg Block Cave ore body. The Grasberg open pit is one of 3 mines in the district currently in production. To see the others and the real future of the operation, we move below the surface. Directly below the Grasberg open pit lies the Grasberg Block Cave mine in development. The lines you see here in red indicate future infrastructure, many miles of tunnels and drifts. The blue ones are already in place and in use. The Kuching Liar deposit, slated for future underground production. And as we move eastward to one of the current underground mines, Big Gossan, which began production in 2010, it is designed to ramp up to 7,000 tons of ore per day in 2014. And here is the DOZ, or Deep Ore Zone, also currently in production, and below it, the DMLZ, slated for future production around 2015. In total, these underground ore bodies represent 90% of the reserves and are the future of our operations. Development of the underground resources began years ago with the development of the AB adits to access these massive ore bodies. Our journey from the surface to the Grasberg underground ore body begins at Ridge Camp Yard, where we enter the AB adits and travel to the Grasberg terminal. You can follow our progress with the map on the left. Along the way, spurs off of the main adits lead to the Big Gossan and ultimately Kuching Liar, as well as to the Deep MLZ. These adits serve as our main access for people and materials in and out of the underground. As we enter the Grasberg terminal, workers and materials will be hoisted up to the appropriate levels in the Grasberg Block Cave. In addition to the terminal level, there are 3 additional levels. The Grasberg Block Cave, with 1 billion tons of ore, has a footprint of almost 200 football fields, with a height exceeding the Empire State Building. The development of the mine is on the various levels. Here, panel development occurs on the extraction level as we drill and blast to develop the panel. We move up 20 meters to the undercut level. Here we see advanced drilling and blasting to undercut the ore body. This undercutting will allow the ore to cave under its own weight. Once caved, draw points are developed on the extraction level. Over the life of the Grasberg Block Cave, we will develop over 2,400 draw points and mine the deposit at 160,000 metric tons of ore per day. The resulting ore is pulled from the draw points. or is transported to the Grizzly and Ore Pass to feed a series of train cars. The train cars will deliver the ore to a crusher and series of conveyors for delivery to the mill. The experience gained in our past and current underground operations will be invaluable as we develop the future underground at PT Freeport, Indonesia.
Kapal yang Anda lihat ini memang dibuat pada tahun 1985 dan diluncurkan 1987. Tapi kecanggihan teknologi kapal ini terus diperbarui hingga saat ini. Kapal perusak dengan kecepatan 32 knot ini memiliki panjang sampai 156 meter dengan lebar 17 meter serta dilengkapi dengan 2 pasang senjata, 2 peluncur misil, 2 peluncur roket, dan sebuah helikopter K-27. Masih kurang bukti keunggulan lainnya, Tiongkok telah memesan 6 Ballistry Destroyer yang diklaim sebagai yang tercanggih saat ini. Mungkin TNI Angkatan Laut kita juga akan memiliki kapal yang serupa.
Inilah video yang diduga merupakan latihan militer yang kini beredar luas di media sosial. Dalam video berdurasi 1 menit 33 detik tersebut, terlihat dengan jelas sejumlah pria tengah menembakkan senjata jenis laras panjang dan pendek. Belum diketahui secara pasti lokasi tempat para pria tersebut berlatih militer, termasuk identitasnya. Diduga mereka adalah kelompok militan ISIS. Ada yang menduga lokasi latihan ini berada di wilayah Kalimantan Timur. Namun Kapolda Kaltim menegaskan bahwa video tersebut tidak dilakukan di wilayah Kalimantan Timur.